Our final quarterback question is a real simple one, guys. After a tough sophomore year, can C.J. Stroud get back to rookie form here, Jay? New play caller in town here for Stroud, and we'll kind of see if he gets that confidence back, because it looked like at times last year it was lost.
Yep, particularly in that Baltimore game, he just looked like a broken quarterback with all the offensive line struggles. Obviously, he had a lot of his weapons missing last season. I think the big thing with Stroud is that his rookie year, he was one of the best deep ball throwers in the NFL, and then they just lost that efficiency last year through, I think, obviously injuries, through the offensive line not giving him time, and then also I think just through some elements of bad luck. So I think that his true talent level on the deep ball throwing probably lies somewhere in between 23 and 24. So I think that he will regress a bit and get that back, and Nico Collins should just in general be healthier. And I think the concern with the Texans is the offensive line, right? Like if they had the Broncos offensive line, it would be like, well, this team they're a top 5 Super Bowl favorite. Right. But they don't have the offensive line, and they've lost Laramie Tunsil. But I think the key there is that they chose to move on from Laramie Tunsil. They've planned for this. They have a plan in place. It's probably not going to be a great offensive line, but if they can be functional, then Stroud can get back to being a top 10 quarterback.
7th most quarterback pressures in 2024 they allowed. I mean, he looked like a deer in the headlights.
He
had some Sam Darnold kind of moments there where he kind of got the yips. Where, where he felt like he didn't trust his offensive line. Only 2 weeks finishing last year as a top 10 fantasy quarterback. That's the same number as Mac Jones. Jay, your beloved Mac Jones. And the question becomes...
the SGA backup quarterback.
Yeah, exactly. The question becomes, can C.J. Stroud get back to, 2 years ago, his rookie year? And the answer is, can he? Sure. Do I think he will? Probably not. I'm at QB 18. Do I think Stroud's really talented? I do. But you mentioned the offensive line questions. We just don't know how it's going to gel. It's clearly a new unit. He's adjusting to a new offensive coordinator, right? Outside of Nico Collins, there's a lot of question marks in terms of the pass catchers. Stephon Diggs has moved on. Tank Dell is hurt. They've got 2 rookies in Christian Kirk. So how quickly will those guys gel? Now, if there's one silver lining here, and then just also in the fantasy landscape, you're talking about the idea that, he's not going to run. He just doesn't run the way that a lot of other quarterbacks do. So now for him to be a starter, a top 12-ish guy, you need him to throw touchdowns at a very high rate. And he certainly last year, he just didn't do that. He was a lot better, obviously, in year one. If there's one silver lining, or if there's 2 silver linings, one is you already addressed about the offensive line. Like they planned for this, and hopefully it's better, and they've got a new offense coordinator. But the other one here is that they may not be able to run the ball, right? That Joe Mixon is currently hurt. Early camp reports on Nick Chubb are that he ain't the Nick Chubb of old. He's just not looking like peak Nick Chubb. They've got Woody marks there, but there's a scenario where, based on the offensive line and the health of the current running back room, that they're just not really able to run the ball effectively, and so he's just going to have to throw a ton.
That is one sneaky thing, is that sometimes a really bad offensive line can actually lead to more fantasy passing production just because you have to throw the ball. Some of Joe Burrow's biggest statistical games last year was when the pass blocking grades for the Bengals were at their worst. So I do think that he will have to throw a lot. One other thing, Connor, is that it seems like all the buzz out of Texans camp is that they've just given Stroud a lot more control at the line of scrimmage to basically control things and change protections and do a lot of the stuff that was not in his control last year, and that might create some more upside too.
Yeah, which you have to when your offensive line's a weakness, because it allows the quarterback to identify where the pressure's coming and how he can adjust and over-adjust to that. Stroud, by the way, the 17th quarterback based on consensus ADP on Fantasy Life, Matthew, which we've been using throughout today's show.
Hey, it's Matthew Berry from NBCSports.com and RotoWorld.com, and I want to thank you so much for watching whatever it is you just watched, or if nothing else, being too lazy to click out of the autoplay after this video started, after whatever it is you actually wanted to watch finished. But now that you're here, I'd like to take a moment here to ask you respectfully now, okay? I'm asking you respectfully to subscribe to the NFL on NBC YouTube channel. You'll get the latest RotoWorld fantasy news headlines, all sorts of great shows, including my own Fantasy Football Happy Hour. So go subscribe now. Again, I'm asking respectfully.